Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's going on everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How you guys doing today, dude? We're here with some Tobacco Road. That's the name of the song. The group is the Nashville Teens. Okay, so this is 1964. I did a little research on the song, just very brief. Seems like it was written in 1959 and actually released in 1960, but that it didn't become a hit for the band until 1964. So I think one of the members, Dr. John, maybe it was, let me check that. I don't know why I said Dr. John. It was John D. Loudermilk. That supposedly he released this song and in 1960, but it didn't become a hit for this band until 1964. Seems like it might be a bluesy track that people suggested at the time was folk, but it's like falls more into the blues category. So that's about the very minimal I know that I just looked up, but I want to get some insight because I'd never heard either one of these. But 1964. Okay, so let's jump into this and see what the sound is like. Okay.
I was born in a barn. Mama died and daddy got drunk. Left me here to die alone in the middle of Tobacco Road. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Grew up in a rusty shack. All I had was hanging on my back. Only you know how I loathe this place called Tobacco Road. But it's home, the only life I've ever known. Only you know how I loathe Tobacco Road.
It's that old time rock and roll kind of feel.
Gonna leave, get a job with the help and the grace from above. Save some money, get rich and old. Bring it back to Tobacco Road.
Hey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bring dynamite and a crane. Blow it up, start all over again.
Ooh.
Build a town, be proud to show. Give the name Tobacco Road.
Dang. Come back with a vengeance.
Run this home, the only life I've ever known. I despise you 'cause you're filthy, but I love you 'cause you're home.
Dang, okay. Now, I'm going to have to look back on the lyrics because I couldn't catch everything that he was saying with the instrumentation played over it. But kind of the gist I got from the story was that his mama died. His dad pretty much became a drunk, maybe kicked him out on the side of the road at Tobacco Road. This guy wants nothing more but to like make a name for himself, make himself famous, come back, tear that whole town down and rebuild on top of it. You know, some people say home is where the heart is, man. It sounds like home was where the pain was for this guy. But I want to jump into the lyrics and see exactly what was going on. It's kind of just what I picked up on, and it could be right, could be wrong. So let's go ahead and listen to that real quick. All right, forgot to mention, by the way, this is a PayPal donation request, so thank you so much for requesting this song in this manner, man. Really appreciate that. Doing a little bit deeper dive, yeah, so it seems like it was written by John and maybe covered by a lot of groups, Nashville Teens being one of the groups that covered this song, making it a hit, using, I think, the same producer that it said helped the Animals, which there's another donation request for the Animals, so excited to check them out and see what that's about. But the same producer kind of gave them the same production that he gave the Animals that made them successful. And apparently the song became a pretty big hit in the time. And surely, yeah, that's kind of what it was about, man. He was born in a trunk. His mom died. Dad became a drunk. Left him there to die. He was raised up in a shack, and he's got vengeance on his mind for that trauma that came from the situation, right? He wants to tear that place down so no one ever can lay eyes on it the way it was in the form that brought him that pain. So yeah, pretty profound, I would say, because yeah, that's this story, but you can apply that to a lot of people's lives, right? There's a lot of pain that you just want to get rid of. That old house that you grew up in and maybe you can't bear to look at anymore because maybe it's tied to some bad memories, things like that. He's portraying something in the song that's relatable for people with some pain. So pretty cool story here. Yeah, so I appreciate that one, man. Thank you for the donation request. Really cool. Interesting sound. This is definitely more for me on the rock side of the 60s, right? I listen to quite a few songs from the 60s that give me soft, mellow tones, mellow vibes. Whether people call them, I don't know, kind of like hippie music or whatever. This definitely gave me more of a rock and roll vibe in the I would say early 60s is mid 60s, I guess. So pretty cool. Thanks for that suggestion, man. I like getting new pin points on my map, man, and being able to say, hey, 64 actually had this kind of sound too. You know, it's pretty cool. So thank you for that, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed rocking here with me today, man. If y'all enjoyed, please don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description for other ways you can help the channel. That being said, I'm gone. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.